Wilson. I'm here from Fujitsu to talk today about smart cities. As part of the Horizon 2020 initiative, the European Commission created the European Innovation Partnership on Smart Cities and Communities. The partnership combines information and communication technologies with energy and transport management in order to cultivate innovative solutions for the major environmental, societal and health challenges that face today's cities. The goal is to create smart cities and communities that can utilise modern technologies to develop more sustainable, energy efficient and citizen-centric living environments. The concept of a smart city is often seen as very futuristic and something that only the largest metropolitan cities will benefit from, with little impact seen elsewhere. Today I hope that I'm going to be able to demonstrate to you what a smart city could look like in the near future and how the aims of the European Commission can benefit smaller urban settings like Inverness and the most remote parts of the Highlands. So what should a smart city focus on? Regeneration, technology, transport, energy, health, water and waste. These are the key aspects of the European Commission's 2020 vision, and they are all resources and industries that we exceed upon in Scotland. In 2013, the UK government launched the industrial strategy, stating that we must not be afraid to plan for a far future, that our ambition and strategies need to be courageous and flexible in order to be sustainable over a long period of time. The vision focuses on the key industries that can take such a vision forward and make a difference: oil and gas, life sciences and offshore wind. The concept of smart cities and communities goes hand in hand with the government's vision to boost the economy and transform the lives of the British public. So where do we start? The foundation of a smart city is a solid IT network. If a city is wirelessly connected, everything else becomes a building block. We can already see things like this with digital real-time information bus and train timetables that exist in most cities. However, a smart city could go far beyond this. With the correct vision and drive, smart cities could mean smarter transport links, upgraded water supply and waste disposal, more efficient means of lighting and heating homes, and in terms of being citizen-centric, smarter cities can promote more interactive and responsive local authority administration, safer public spaces, and more efficient means of meeting the needs of our ageing population. The issues facing all urban dwellings are similar: an ageing population, a changing high street, austerity and population shift. The way that people live is changing and so is the world around us. But our cities have not evolved at the same speed, and this needs to change in order to meet the growing and ever-changing demands of the population.
The European Commission have set their focus on the big problem areas, the top 320 largest cities across the continent. In the UK alone, 64 of the most heavily populated cities account for 54% of the population, but only 9% of the land mass. It's clear then
that even with the 320 cities captured as part of the inception of this project, the majority of Europe remains without the same smart power. The Highlands account for 13% of the UK's land mass, but only 0.33% of the total population. It is the largest geographical location in the whole country with the most dispersed communities. The unique geographical span of the Highlands, however, makes it the perfect candidate to benefit from the ideals behind the Smart Cities initiative. Smarter data integration and information sharing could boost community engagement and encourage more linear collaboration, giving citizens in smaller communities a valuable voice. Transport links across the Highlands could undoubtedly benefit here, and such an impact could also have knock-on implications for tourism across the region. Small cities like Inverness have been encouraged to become early followers of the main initiative. However, regardless of how much the Highlands might benefit from the Smart Cities initiative, and no matter how much the ideals behind the initiative translate to Highland needs, we need to acknowledge that the needs of the Highlands are completely different to those of the 320 cities that the European Commission selected as part of their pilot. Highland communities have little in common with the city centre of Glasgow, and this must be at the forefront of any proposal that is put forward. We will not face the problems and challenges faced by communities in Caithness and Skye using the same approach taken in Barcelona or Stockholm.
In the Highlands, we want to encourage growth. We want to encourage people to stay in the region, to study, live and work. We want to encourage people to return to the area if they've left for university.
And we want to support our ageing population. Therefore, the first step should be to take a selection of communities rather than focusing on one town or city. Using selected committees, the aim should then be to connect them and to harness collaboration and pull together the specific challenges that face those locations. The information gathered would form the starting point of the Smart Communities proposal. Once the target for improvement has been identified, funding can be secured from a variety of sources. The main source is the Horizon 2020 Fund, where the European Commission has set aside €90 billion to support emerging smart city initiatives. The UK Department of Business and Innovation also has a fund dedicated to urban development. But what would a smart city look like? As I mentioned earlier, we all have different ideas of smart cities, and often our visions include images of hovercrafts and drones taking over and replacing people, a very futuristic and movie-like image of what the world might look like when technology takes over. However, this really isn't the case and shouldn't be what we focus on. Smart cities can holster the very basic technology elements to create something that would improve the lives of all of the citizens or targeted social groups. As I stated earlier, first you need a wirelessly enabled city centre. We believe the best way to achieve this and to meet increasing carbon reduction requirements is to replace old high-energy sodium-lit lampposts with modern LED-based lighting that harness smart technologies such as proximity sensors so that they turn on and off as people walk past. By replacing these, you get the energy tick in the box, but you also get a medium to install a wireless mesh network. And once you have that network, you can start building the smart city initiatives upon it. We can already see how a wirelessly connected city allows for transport improvements, with digital bus stops offering live information on travel statuses. Houses are also becoming smarter, with water metering, energy management devices becoming more and more common and offering levels of control to the average citizen. Some companies even have mobile applications that allow you to turn on your heating before you've arrived home at night. In Japan, Fujitsu have been heavily involved in smart city developments, particularly around wearable technologies. Elderly people are revered in Japan, and so the Japanese government have put a lot of emphasis on predictable, proactive healthcare. Wearable technologies have been developed to monitor heart rate, glucose levels, and blood levels. The real-time data gathered by these devices is shared with local medical facilities so that if somebody was to become ill, or even if the monitors were to spike in some way, the nearest hospital would know and they would be able to react. Another example is a necklace with a gyroscope mounted in it which monitors if a person was to fall over, again allowing the correct personnel to respond. Japan are also using wearable technologies to monitor their children's travel to school using GPS coordinates. Smart cities could ultimately be built upon simple designs, utilising complex technology integrations and data gathering, but these simple designs could have huge life-changing implications. There are a few ways to get funding. Recently, IBM offered a competition where they would give free consultancy for the best smart city initiative. The main funding target is via the Horizon 2020 funding through the European Commission. We at Fujitsu want to work with small cities to help them pull together the correct consortia that will be well looked to in Europe. This means, firstly, and most importantly, a city that is keen to embrace the programme and that will work with a company like Fujitsu, a construction company, a local university with a focus on smart cities and connections with European universities. And importantly, they are looking for a joint application with another city, hopefully in a country that hasn't been part of the programme so far. You then need to write a 5-year strategy plan that is achievable and executable. One of the main deliverables for Smart City application is the development of local ESCO organisations. And here in the Highlands, we have the perfect environment for this with an abundance of wind and wave power. The introduction of a smart city allows and encourages growth. It introduces efficiencies and cost savings, particularly on energy. Importantly, it increases citizen services and brings innovation where it would otherwise not have been achieved. In order to make this a reality, some things really do need to change. First, public and private bodies need to genuinely work together. They need to be seen to be in a true partnership. Such a vision cuts across traditional operating models, but it must be embraced. This is about making life better for the citizens, and we at Fujitsu are committed to developing the human-centric intelligent society. Thank you very much.